Hey guys, it's Mrs. Taylor. This is our first e-learning video, so I'm going to have a lot of information to give you right now. Once you get your packet, the first thing you're going to need is this paper right here. I'm going to try and hold it up for you to see. Alright, these are your plans for all 3 weeks of April. So today we're going to look mostly at this column right here, our Monday column. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you are going to have a Go Math assignment. And if you see right there in big bold letters, it says make sure you are going over your vocabulary words. Sorry, that's kind of hard to see. All right, so if you look right there, it says your lesson example is 10.2, and those pages are page 659 to 662. You do not have to do those pages. Those pages are just optional, and those are examples where if you want to work through those pages with your family to get a better understanding of the lesson, that is just an option. All right, the pages that you're going to need to do and bring back to me are in red, where it says pages 663 to 664. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in your math book real fast. All right, so this is our math book. We use this all the time in class. Right? This is the book. Whenever I have those math lessons on this paper, this is the book where you are going to get those math lessons. All right? The first lesson you're going to do is 10.1, like I said. All right? These pages, 10.1, these are those example pages. These are what we would have normally done in class. Like I said earlier, you don't have to do those, but that is an option for you, and it has a lot of examples in there of how to solve the problem. The only thing you are going to be bringing back to me is this practice and homework page. All right, your first math lesson is going to be over collecting data, and you're going to be using tally marks to collect that data and answer questions. I know on here it says to ask people in your class. Obviously, we're not in class, so we can't ask our friends that right now, but I just want you to ask your family members, or you can even make up that information if you need to. All right? The next thing I want to talk about, going back to this lesson plan paper, is our e-learning packet. You are going to get a big bundle of papers that look like this, and they are stapled together by day. So if you grab this first one, at the bottom, it will even say week 1, day 1, all right? And it's labeled the same way on this packet. It says week 1, day 1. Now, you see on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you have some packets like this. You do not have to bring them back to me. That is just optional if your parents want you to do that, or if you want extra practice for that day. What you're going to be bringing back to me is anything in red. So it's week 1, day 1, week 1, day 3, and week 1, day 5. All right, so this first packet right here, like I said, at the bottom, it will say week 1, day 1 on all of these pages. The first thing you're going to review is even and odd numbers. So it says show the number 6. I want you to grab a crayon or a pencil, and you are going to color in 6 stars. Then you have to decide if that number is even or odd. So remember, it is even if each of those stars has a pair. It's going to be odd if you have an extra star that is colored in that you can't pair up with anything else. All right. Your next page, it's place value. You have your hundreds blocks, your tens rods, and those ones cubes. The first thing it's asking you to do is write the number in standard form. That's just the normal way we write a number. So if we look at this picture right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds. Then we have 1, 2, 3 tens. And then if we look at our ones, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your standard form would be 438. So all you're going to do on that first line is write 438. Then it says in word form, you're just going to write the words 438. Right? You're going to do that for this whole page. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to work on adjectives. All right, you have 10 sentences and there is a blank. And what you're going to do is you're going to come up with an adjective to go in that blank. Remember, adjectives describe a noun. So our first sentence says, Greg's grocery store has the blank prices. You're going to have to come up with a word right here that's an adjective that's going to describe those prices. Are his prices the cheapest prices, or are they the most expensive prices? So you might put in this blank, Greg's grocery store has the cheapest prices. Or another example might be, Greg's grocery store has the best prices. All right, so any adjective that will work in those blanks so that those sentences make sense. All right, your next page in this packet is an EA vowel team review. So I want you to remember our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. When we have those two vowels together, it's only the first vowel that makes the sound. So if you look right here, we have E and A together. E comes first. So the sound that E is going to make is going to be the E sound. Right? Sometimes it follows that rule, sometimes it does not. You'll see that there's a few words in here where it's not going to follow that rule, but most of the time that E is going to make the E sound. So what you're going to do in this box is you are going to look for words that have that EA pattern. I want you to read it, and then I want you to color it in. If it does not have that EA pattern, you can mark it out, put an X through it, or just leave it alone. The next thing you're going to do, it says spin, read, and write. You're not going to have to spin. I just want you to pick the words that have that EA pattern, and then I want you to read them, and then you're going to write them in these boxes right here. And down at the bottom, you have a word bank. We have some more of those EA words, and you are going to put them in to the correct boxes. So just remember, on these EA patterns, you're going to make that E sound whenever you see the EA. For example, this word right here is stream. When you get to this word, you don't say and, that EA says E for stream. All right. The last page you're going to have, and you're going to have one of these every single day, it is a reading comprehension check. You guys are going to have a short passage to read, and then you are going to have some questions that you're going to have to answer. Now, we talked a lot about text evidence in our class. So what I want you to do is once you find your answer, I want you to go underline where you found it in the text. And I want you to try your best when you are writing out these answers to restate your answer and write it in a complete sentence. All right, there's one other thing you're going to have to do besides this packet, and that is your reading choice board. Every single day, I want you guys to pick a book of your choice, and I want you to read for 20 minutes. All right, now you don't have to do this all at the same time. You can break it up and do it throughout the day. But I need you to read for 20 minutes every single day. All right, so I want you to pick an activity off of this choice board. Maybe you want to read in your pajamas. Maybe you want to read outside. Maybe you want to grab a flashlight and read. And I want you to see if you can check off all of these boxes. And then you're going to bring this back to me in a few weeks. All right, that is all your work for the day. If you have any questions about any of this, guys, your parents have my phone number. You guys can text me, you can call me, and I am here to help you. So if you need me, just let me know. Hope you have a good day. Bye.